bahawa ada satu pelaburan sebanyak 2 bilion ringgit untuk mengembangkan Island Hospital. Dan sekarang ada 300 katil. Fasa pertama lagi 300 katil sehingga hospital swasta 300 katil menjadi 1,000 katil, iaitu hospital swasta saya percaya yang terbesar di Malaysia sebanyak 1,000 katil. Ini adalah pelaburan sebanyak 2 bilion untuk sebuah hospital yang telah dikenali oleh rakyat Pulau Pinang, Island Hospital, dan adalah terletak di Field Avenue dan Pierce Road. Dan saya ingin serahkan kepada Encik Benny Lim, ahli lembaga pengarah Island Hospital, dan juga yang mewakili pengurus dana yang membuat pelaburan 2 bilion ringgit yang saya percaya adalah pelaburan paling besar untuk bidang kesihatan dan perubatan di Pulau Pinang. And this will, of course, this investment would of course help to enhance Penang's efforts to become a medical city. Penang has a medical city. We have got new hospitals coming up, not just on the island but also mainland. Columbia Hospital has started, is in the construction, and we of course will be seeing other hospitals coming up, not as big as this one, of course. This will be the biggest. There are also other hospitals coming up on the island, but this will be the biggest, I think, investment so far. And I'll pass it to Mr. Benny Lim to make this announcement. Please.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me just make a quick introduction of myself and my colleagues here from Island Hospital. My name is Benny Lim. I'm a board member of Island Hospital. On my left is Dr. Goh. He's the Chief Operating Officer of Island Hospital. Beside Dr. Goh is Ms. Denise Chia. She's our Head of Marketing and Patient Services. And next to Denise is Ms. Stephanie Lee. She is the CFO for Island Hospital. Right. Prior to the meeting, we have circulated some press release from Island Hospital, which contain the information on this project. What I would like to do is just to highlight 3 key points here that we want to bring to your attention. The first one is on the project. We've called this the Island Medical City, right? It is a project that we led by Island Hospital, right? And it will be the first of its kind medical hub in Malaysia, focusing on medical tourism. As CM has highlighted earlier on, this will be one of the largest hospitals in Malaysia, right? With the initial first phase of expansion, we will have 600-bed hospitals, right? And this will be a state-of-the-art hospital focusing on very advanced tertiary procedures in Malaysia, right? So we will expand into very specialized oncology, cancer center, right? Neurotics, as well as geriatrics for the aging population. Now, the second thing that we want to highlight to the public is the medical tourism. This hospital is going to focus very much on the medical tourism. As it stands, Island Hospital is the #1 hospital as recognized by the Frost & Sullivan, right? The first #1 hospital in terms of medical tourism in Malaysia, not only in Penang, right? As well as recognized by Malaysian Health Tourism Council as the leading hospital in terms of the medical tourism. Right? Island Hospital intends to use this platform to continue to expand this their footprint in Penang to primarily serve the medical tourism market. Right? So at this juncture, we have a lot of foreign patients from Indonesia, right? And the next step, we will be going after the market in China, right? In Vietnam, as well as Myanmar. So there is a big market, and this is a key industry for Malaysia as we ultimately focus on the medical tourism market. Right. Thirdly, I think more importantly for the local community is what does this project means for Penang, right? we are investing at least 2 billion ringgit into this project. What we see is the economic spillover from this project is likely to be in excess of 7 billion ringgit. Now, not only that, I think what it brings to Penang are the additional jobs that we will be able to create with this project. Right now, this project we are envisaging to draw top Malaysian specialists, doctors, surgeons that are currently practicing overseas to come back home to Malaysia to set up their practice. Right. At Eastern, we are already talking to Malaysian doctors that are currently practicing in UK, in Singapore, as well as Australia, in terms of getting them to come back to Malaysia to set up their practices. Now, secondly, in terms of job opportunities-wise, we envisage that this job will likely create more than 2,000 jobs, good jobs, right, for Penang Knights, right? So, for example, our CFO, she is a local Penang Knight that have been working for a long time in KL, right? With this opportunity, she's able to come home to Penang, right, and perform one of these very senior function in Island Hospital, right? And we think that in terms of the job opportunities that we can create for the fresh graduates, right? You need not leave home, right? You can stay home in Penang, you can take care of your parents, you can spend more time here. It is part of the community that we want to create as part of this project as well, right? And yeah, this is the three key highlights that we would like to highlight to the public, and we're happy to take questions from the member of the press.
Benny, where are you based?
I'm based in Singapore, yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
How many years is the long-term lease? The lease long-term lease?
No, lease for what, sorry?
The still land.
Oh, it's 99 years. Number 99 years. 99. Any questions?
You should consider and raise because whether the question lies so is true
The land is, building a hospital is a massive undertaking. So when you have a 2 billion ringgit investment, it's based on the capacity of the purchaser, not only to come up with the funds, but also to secure the license from the health ministry, because getting the hospital license and extension is not easy. You have to follow quite a rigorous procedure. In that regard, the state feels that since this is an offer from a reputable hospital and also with the needed financial resources, we treat this like any investment coming in. We are given to understand that investment is from overseas.
Yes, that's right.
Money injected is from overseas. So it's like any foreign investment. In that sense, like Intel or like other multinational corporations coming in. Not many people can afford to come up with 2 billion ringgit. So when you get multinational corporations coming in, they must of course fulfill certain requirements, especially the electronic companies and all that, and then they buy the land for those companies that we want them to come in. And people like Intel, Motorola, we don't go by open tender because they are electronic companies. They are multinational corporations that we want. So similarly, we decided to treat this in the same manner. Because this is a hospital in the process of securing a license to the health ministry for this expansion. A massive expansion from 300-bed hospital to 1,000-bed hospital. As I said, at the moment, this project will be the largest private hospital in Malaysia. And this is a very important step to establish Penang as a medical city. You all can also appreciate how important medical tourism is also to Penang because of its other spillover benefits. As this Benny had mentioned just now, you're looking at the economic value 7 billion over that period, over 5 years. And this is, I think this is quite significant. Any other questions?
What is the terms of payment?
Come again.
Land period.
The land will be paid according to syarat. They have paid the 30 million really as a deposit, but they have to, of course, wait. They have to wait for the license to be issued before they can proceed, and for the what do you call that, for the monies to be paid. I think we have how many years altogether?
40.
2 years, huh? Yeah.
40%.
Instead, given us 2 years to secure the license from
2 years to secure the license. So from 2 years onwards, after 2 years, you are supposed to pay within a period of
2 years. If we cannot get the license, we have to forfeit certain percentage.
but I think likely they will get lah. So let's say you get 2 years, and then how long are they supposed to pay?
40% in 3 months after the approval of MOE license.
And then the remainder full amount?
The balance 40% is after 3 weeks of that payment.
Okay.
3 months.
So no, the total period, let's say if they get the license, the total full payment is to pay within how many years? That's what Kiaming is
Within
asking.
2 years? No, within 3 months. Within the 3
Within-
months after all the approvals.
After all approvals obtained, they must pay within 2 years.
Yeah. No, 3 months.
Oh, within 3 months. Okay. So 2 years is to secure the license.
Yes.
Then after once they secure all the approvals, 3 months.
3 months.
Okay, so 3 months lah.
Full
Upon
payment.
securing the relevant approvals from the relevant government departments, including the health ministry. Thank you. Saya pun tak tahu, maybe aquarium. Dinosaur lah.
Sounds better.
Okay, any other questions?
How big is the land?
It's stated there, 6 acres.
Yeah.
Yes?
Why didn't you announce such good news earlier? Because after the issue came out by the Rakan and all that, by NGO, then you are making this announcement.
I cannot make the announcement on my own because we are all subject to NDA. Announcement should be made by the investor at the time which he feels is right. You must respect the confidentiality of the investor. Just like any other company, whether it's Bosch, Motorola, Intel, since they are investing money in Penang, it is their right to find the appropriate time to make the announcement. And that is why it was scheduled today for the announcement to be made. You must know that these principles actually flew from overseas. So if we make announcements because of political reasons, I think we'll lose the confidence of foreign investors. So we will continue to respect and uphold NDAs, even though it's not signed, but it's understood. Non-disclosure agreements or understanding. I think you have to honor that, so that foreign investors have confidence that you will observe these basic rules and you will not be moved by political constraints, because you must also understand they are also listed companies. They have to make the first announcement to the boss, to the relevant bosses first. Boss, not B-O-S-S, B-O-U-R-S-E. Those stock markets, they have to. So I think they have to clear all these levels of management, corporate management. And we will not be dictated by all these political games that are played by irresponsible parties. We have to respect the foreign investors and also the non-disclosure agreements and understandings that have been trashed out. Then only can you generate confidence amongst investors that you mean business by staying out of business. Okay, any questions?
So where you going to locate the depot?
Come again?
Parking
Kapak.
depot.
Kapak.
Oh yeah, Datuk Farizan?
We have identified the site. Okay, so now we are working on it. So the site is currently where we have our institute integrity, where that institute will be relocated in Komsau.
Next.
To be exact, is the land, the new depot would be at Scotland Road, next to the library.
I think it's important that we see the significant value of this investment. We believe that this will turbocharge Penang's effort to establish itself as a medical city. Let's say for a fund manager or for a hospital group to be willing to invest 2 billion ringgit to build a hospital, bearing in mind the returns take some time, it shows tremendous confidence in Penang. This is a boost to Penang. And I hope the reporters will see this in that light. It is a significant investment, especially when we are facing uncertain economic times. Okay, any other questions?
Sorry,
Yeah, Priti, go ahead.
on the hospital land, just quick question. It's regarding the surrender of the land. As mentioned, the surrender of the land.
What's the result of that?
Island Hospital will surrender the land, right?
After 99 years.
Where is this stated?
Fourth paragraph.
Four paragraph.
Can you explain a bit? I don't understand.
I don't understand where you got surrendered the land.
At the end of the lease of 99 years, when Island Hospital surrendered.
Where is it?
The statement by the issue by the hospital.
Fourth paragraph.
At the end of the lease.
Ada?
The hospital's statement.
Yeah, where? Oh, it's different from what I have. Huh? It's a very different statement from what I have. I don't understand what they're talking about.
No, they mentioned that after 99 years.
Oh, you know what I mean? Because they have their own private land. Their private land is actually freehold. So when they amalgamate their land, they are agreed to reduce it to 99 years. So they have lost out lah. So I actually told them, why you want to put this in?
It's an adjacent land, is it?
It's adjacent to it. One of the reasons why they were given that they sold the land to it, because they have a land that is actually is inside the 6.83 acres. That land is inside there. So that's why maybe you can see that they are probably one of the few parties that can buy it because their land is there. So their land there is freehold. We only sell in 99 years. So they agreed to buy 99 years, and because they want to amalgamate that land to the government land, they agreed to reduce the tenure of the land from freehold to 99 years.